Good morning. Good morning, and welcome to Coffee and Conversation here at Enlightened World Network. Hi, everybody. Good
Good
morning,
mor-
Jeryl Ann.
Good morning, Terry. Cheers.
Cheers. Get your coffee, get your tea, whatever floats your boat. And
Absolutely.
everybody, welcome to Coffee and Conversation.
Yeah.
You come in, help us share this out. So as you jump on with us, just say hello and hit that share button. Sharing is caring. You know what I say.
Okay. So I want to go back and wait for Enlightened World Network to come up on my thing.
Deirdre
Yeah.
with us. She found it.
Good morning, everyone. It's so happy. I'm happy to
Stacy.
see everybody this morning.
Morning, Stacy. And where are we?
Okay. And we are live on Enlightened World Network, correct?
Well, it's supposed to be, but I'm not seeing it.
I only see it on Enlightened World, on Angel Speakers.
Okay, where are you guys at? Somebody type in where you're finding us.
Okay, they're all on Angel Speakers
All right, I guess that's
right
where we
now.
are.
Okay.
Oh, there.
Hi, Stacy. What's the weather like down there, Stacy? It's loud.
It's loud.
Hi, Carol. Carol Allen found us.
Good
Okay, so
morning.
yeah, everybody's on Angel Speakers.
Okay.
I'm going to share out again. Luann found us. Good morning, Luann. And
Sunny and muggy. Oh, yum.
yeah.
It's sunny here too. Trying to get back to the Zoom.
Sunny and muggy. Okay. Yeah, it is. That's exactly the way it is here too, Stacy. But it's sunny. It did not. I was going to do a sunset last night and it was just so overcast and cloudy you couldn't even see the sun. Okay, Deirdre, it's not letting Deirdre share. I'm going to try sharing on one of.
Guys, all right, we are live on Enlightened World Network. I don't know what the delay was, but
Okay.
it's
Yep.
Enlightened World Network. Wendy is there. Catherine Kovacs. Good morning,
Got it.
Wendy. Good morning, Catherine. So
Okay.
sharing from there. If you guys want to jump on over to Enlightened World Network, Edda's here. Namaste from India to you, Robert Dosa, Carol Allen, Luann. Hi, everybody. Come on in. The weather's fine. The water's fine.
Ah,
Got all kinds of water this morning. Hi, Karen Plummer. Yeah.
Karen.
For you to help share this out, that would help us to get everybody into the same place.
Hi, Sharon and Robert. Good morning. Good morning. It's so nice to see you. Okay. I'm loving this now. I got everybody. Hi, Catherine.
Carrie Butcher's with us. Hi, darling.
Hi, Carrie.
Good
Hi,
morning,
sweetie.
Karen Boyle. Oh, thank you. And thank you, Wendy, for sharing it to the group. I appreciate that, honey.
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay.
We're getting people in here. We don't have you all yet, but you're finding us, so that's a good thing. And Deirdre's got clouds today. Yeah, we got a little of both at the moment. We got sun and clouds, but at least the sun is there and it's not dripping down on us. And I think we have planes at the river. We've been hearing those. Jill Nicholas, good morning to you.
Yeah, it's been very, very loud here this morning. So I do uh nothing I can do. I can't tell them to go away.
I don't want them to go away. We kind of like the planes.
Good morning, Jill. And good morning, Carol. You popped over to
Hi,
EW.
Carol Allen. Thank
Thank
you for coming
you.
on.
Thank you.
Jill, where are you at? I'm not, I don't know that I've seen you on coffee before, but we're so glad you're here.
Yeah, Stacy, there was a delay for it going on to EWN. So it's on EWN now. If you want to pop over, everybody's coming over to EWN.
Yeah. Hi, Karen Tance. Good morning.
Good morning, Karen.
And Catherine, I'm so glad that you're able to join us. I know you were concerned about the move and not having internet or phone. Oh, you're in Orlando, Jill. Awesome. Another Floridian.
Oh, wow. All
Our
right, Stacy.
Stacy is there.
Mhm. And I'm just about 2 hours north of Orlando. And
I love Deirdre's question.
I know she had it on our little chat this morning. I love this question. Do you want to read
Think
it?
of
See if
that.
anybody has a theory.
I love that. Can we put the question about why do we call this place Earth when it's mostly water? Wondering if anyone has a theory about that.
Yeah.
Ah, good question. I think because we walk on the ground, the earth, instead of swimming in the sea. It would have been interesting to have called it something different, though, wouldn't it?
Interesting. I do like that theory, Teri.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wonder who even named Earth. Who
that's a
named
good
Earth
question.
Earth? Who named all the planets? I know a lot of the early philosophers, Socrates and all of them did a lot of stuff with. They were constantly watching the sky and knowing what was there and the planets and the stars. So it could have been one of those guys. We'll blame it on them anyway.
Yeah. And Stacy replied to Jill. She's in Orlando also. Hey, I see a hookup coming here pretty soon.
Yes, and good morning, Cheer. Thank you
Hi,
for coming
Prashir.
on.
How are you?
You're welcome, Deirdre. I love when you ask questions. That's how we learn. And you have heard me say this a million times, knowledge is power. So the more we can understand something and ask the questions, there is no stupid question. And a lot of people think, if you're asking a question that it makes you look bad if you don't know what somebody's talking about. But ask the questions. That's how we learn. And many times we don't know that you don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, so if you ask, then we can try to come up with an explanation or just talk about it and discuss it. I love those times when we can discuss something and all of us put in different opinions like we did yesterday. Everybody putting in their different views and opinions. We're all here having our own individual experience on this earth, this our earth planet. So we're going to have different viewpoints. We're going to have different ways of looking at things. And maybe my experience was different from somebody else's experience. But we can share those, and then all of us get a better understanding about something.
I just want to say quickly good morning to Christina Jost or Joust.
Morning.
She said good morning. She's heading out to work, but she wanted to say good day to everybody. So have a great day at work today. And I hope everything goes really well for you today.
Me too. And Carol Allen, I love that because the earth supports the water. Yeah, just imagine if there wasn't any land, if there wasn't dirt and mud and all the stuff that makes up earth, um, the water wouldn't stay together, right? So we have to have it. We have to have earth. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Good morning, Rick. It's nice to see you this morning. Uh,
Oh, I didn't say, oh, Rick Morrow, there you are.
absolutely.
We watch judge shows to see all the various me's there. Yeah, yeah. In theory, and I believe there's a lot of truth in that. There is only us. There's only one person. We're having this movie. We created a movie for us, and each person that's in our movie is a different aspect of ourselves.
Absolutely.
I'm buying into that theory more and more, that every person that we interact with, everyone that we encounter, is showing us something inside of us. So if we see somebody doing something and it brings up anger or other feelings inside of us, that's something inside of us to be healed. something that can come up and we can look at it and examine it. Geraldine, how do you feel about that?
Oh my God, I could not be more in agreement. I believe 100% it's never about the person out there. It's not about them. But if someone triggers you, I don't care if it's on TV, in person, something you read, anything. If you have an emotional, what I would say a negative as opposed to a good, and the good feelings too, don't get me wrong, the good stuff that we see in
The
people we
love.
have within ourselves. But to me, it's our higher self saying, okay, you got something you need to look at. If there's anything that is discordant that you would judge someone else about, you need to go within and say, okay, where is that in me? Because I believe that this whole universe is set up as a mirror. And this is Earth is a schoolhouse. And so as we go through, um, instead of blaming anything outside of ourselves, if we go within, once it's really funny too, you, Terry, I don't know if you've had this experience, but once I've healed that or released that aspect that I wasn't comfortable with in someone else, I don't see it in anybody else anymore. Or I don't have that discordant reaction.
Right. You don't get, we have these memory imprints, and that's where we get triggered. So when that happens again after we've healed it, it's like a neutral feeling more
Yes.
so than the anger or sadness or whatever it is
Whatever.
that's
Yeah.
triggered and that
Yeah.
comes up. Yeah, absolutely. We're constantly growing and healing ourselves and learning from this experience. That's what it's about. It's so we can have more of the energy of knowing. And when we just be, that's what I like to go into. It's like Eckhart Tolle's teachings of just being and observing and then responding or reacting. You know,
Right.
I don't remember who said it. I think it was on here somewhere. They said your reaction is your action.
Oh,
So
I like that.
yeah, so when you react to something, that is you. That's the way you're being, whether it's angry or happy or whatever that emotion is, that's your action. So pay attention to that and how you're reacting to others. And then if there's
Absolutely.
something in there that is creating that feeling and that action for you, then what is that? And is it something you're happy with?
Right.
You may be perfectly happy going around being angry all the time, and that's your movie, that's your life, and
Yeah.
it's not our job to correct that. That's your script.
Yeah.
So we're not to interfere with anybody's life path. And that's
It's and I would say,
remember, I'm sorry, I
oh, go
can't
ahead.
remember who
Go
it
ahead.
is that says do no harm. Is that Reiki? Is that a Reiki principle? Do
Yeah,
no
that is
harm
one
to
of the Reiki
others?
principles.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, and I think that's also a medical thing in
Yeah.
we also do no harm. I think do no harm is kind of a broad-based term that a lot of different groups have adopted. But yeah, oh my gosh, Julie Kiss is here. We got a lot of comments, and uh,
Marianne, Cindy.
yeah, and Jill Nicholas says Earth name is grounding. Absolutely. Diana Beiersdorfer is in.
Morning, Diane.
Hi, honey. And also, Etta says, my dear friend Guri is also here.
Hi,
Hi.
good morning, Corey. And Gabby Forrester is here. Good
Good
morning.
morning, Gabby. And Marianne, Cindy is with us. I saw her picture. She upgraded her Facebook photo the other day, yesterday or the day before. I really, 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 really uh, get that all messed up. But
Okay, I'm not
yeah,
sure who that is.
what?
Cindy? I don't see Cindy.
Yeah, Marianne Malone.
Oh, Marianne. Hi, good
And
morning.
what a beautiful picture. You are such a
Oh,
beautiful
I can't
lady.
wait to see it. And Diane Deagle, good morning.
Morning, Diane. And Angel, Wendy asked about Angel. She's not eating, right? She's eating a little, but her food is off. As all of you know, Angel, my big little pup, my youngest, she really attached to Teri while Teri was here, and Teri was here with us for 2 months. And Teri left to go back to Fort Lauderdale on Monday. The coast was clear and she could go back home. And she's really had she's had a tough time of it and adjusting. So it'll be a little bit, and she'll eventually come back to. We've been giving her a little extra TLC and kind of doting on her, and she got her treats last night and everything. But yeah, she's not. Her food is off a bit. But thank you for asking, Wendy. I really
Yes,
appreciate
thank
that.
you. Thank
And
you.
Brookie's just as standoffish as always. So.
I
So
just heard Brookie. Deirdre's comment says, there was a time when I stressed so much because I felt I should be doing something until Archangel Michael sent the message of just be. I needed that. Yeah, just
yeah,
be.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
it's hard for us as humans because we think we should be doing. And I
Yeah,
get that. It's that, like, that total thing of I have to have some action. But when you go into meditation, just think of how good that feels to just be in that
absolutely.
space of allowing. And if the more we can do that, I'm not saying 24 hours a day you're just going to sit there, but just think before we act. That's huge for many of us, to step back and just pause before we go into an action, or even speaking before we even say our words.
Yeah.
And Wendy Willis joined us. I want to say good morning to her.
And we have Scarlett Patterson and
Yes.
Peggy Mulcahy. Wendy asked, "Where's Deirdre?" She's over on Angel Speakers, and so is Peggy Mulcahy. So they're over there, and there's a couple others over there with them. I don't know who exactly. And Karen Plummer. Oh, Karen Plummer is having a sad day today. And you guys always make things better. So wise. Thank you so much, Karen. And
Thank you for
we're going to lift
that.
you up in prayer today. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Thank you. We appreciate those words.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, as we're assimilating back into society, there's going to be, there's just going to be days, the beauty of being isolated was that we were somewhat, we felt the collective consciousness, but we were somewhat insulated from it. And now and Teri got her first dose of going, really going out into society yesterday. How was that for you, Teri? I'm
Oh
curious how
my
that
gosh. You know what? I talked about it yesterday on my gratitude happy hour.
Uh-huh.
I ventured out just before that. It was really good. And I am totally sold on this power of intentions, because when we set an intention for something, that kind of sets us up. And so I had intended that on the other side of all of this lockdown, people were going to be more gracious to each other, more compassionate, more respectful. So I had worked on my mask before I went out yesterday, and I had a box of masks that I had them in my cabinet from when I had my surgery last year. After surgery, I had to wear the
Yeah.
mask in the doctor's office. So I had a whole box of them in my
Okay.
cabinet. So I took one of those masks and I wrote on it on the front, "Keep smiling." And I tell you what, the responses I got to that as I was out and about were just miraculous. People, they really responded. They would look at it and you could tell in their eyes, what the response was. And people were so happy and they were smiling and they were courteous. I
Hmm.
had to go to the post office. That's a long story, but anyway, the post office now has it roped off or taped off, so you can only stand a certain closeness to another person.
Right.
Everybody was respectful. Nobody was like upset that they had to do that, or people coming in just to use like the machines or whatever. They were very respectful of who was standing there and not getting in their space. So that was a really good experience. And then I went to the grocery store, and another one where people were they were keeping their distance, and it's a huge store. I went to Whole Foods. It's a huge store, and there were lots of people inside, but they were all respecting that distancing, and nobody was on
Awesome.
top of each other or reaching over one another. In
Yeah.
fact, there was one lady that started to go in where I was at, in the where the veggies are, and she turned around and she goes, "It's too crowded right now." And she turned around and walked. Well, it wasn't really too crowded. It was just, there were more people than what would fit anybody else in there.
Right.
And she turned around and walked to another aisle, and she could come back when it cleared
Sure.
out. So those kind of things happened, and I was seeing people that let others go in front of them, and it was just a good experience. Now,
Bad.
travel on the road is a different story. I think I heard two car horns, which is good for Fort Lauderdale, because
Yeah.
it's usually every intersection somebody's blowing for you to
Yeah.
get moving.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm very happy with my experience out.
Oh, I'm
And
so glad.
I won't be going out every day. I don't need to. So
Right.
I will be, still keeping pretty much in my space and not having to go out and mingle. But my first time out, yeah, I have to say, when I set that intention, that was what I envisioned, was
Yeah.
people being courteous and kind and saying hello, and
Yeah.
just being the way we know we can be. And I know there's going to be those few that, and I did see some without masks, not in the store. That's mandatory in the store, but like out and about, especially at the gas pump. I didn't have to go in to get gas, but as I drove by, I saw people without their masks on as they were
Right.
pumping gas.
Right.
So that, it's going to happen. And the thing is, Jeryl, we have no control over anybody else. So we can get upset with them all day long that they don't have their mask on, that they're not doing what they're supposed to do, or we can say that's their movie.
Right.
That's on them. And
Absolutely.
and they're exposing themselves. Yeah, they're exposing others if they're in close vicinity, but they're exposing themselves. So we can't take on that energy. We just have to be concerned
Absolutely.
about ourselves. What am I doing? And
Yeah.
what I could do yesterday is maybe put a smile on somebody's face by putting something silly on my mask. Well, it's not silly. It was, to bring people to an awareness that you can still smile. You might have a mask on, but you can still smile.
Absolutely. We've got a lot of people that have jumped on. Sherry Gatewood, Diane Deagle is with us. Jasmine is here from
Good
India
morning,
as
everyone.
well. Um, and there seems to be kind of a wave here where several people have, and Lily is with us.
Hi, Lillian.
Wendy
Angie Taylor
Willis.
just jumped on.
Hi, Angie. There seems to be kind of several people who kind of woke up feeling some emotion this morning, some sadness in that. So we're going to lift everybody up, Stacy and Catherine
Absolutely.
and different ones as well. So
Catherine Kovacs, too.
yeah,
Um,
that's yeah.
and did we say good morning to Protima? Because Etta said Protima is
Oh, good
also
morning,
there.
Fatima. I lost you in the comments. So good morning. And thank you, Gabby. I have to tell you, the river is gorgeous this morning. It's been raining here and we didn't have a sunset last night. And so when I woke up and brought the puppies out this morning, it was like, oh my gosh, look how pretty everything is. So yeah, we're real blessed here this morning.
Yeah, and I love Jill's comment. Jill Nicholas says, I found going out into the world, I look at it differently. I enjoy nature more. My husband and I have been together every day for 2 months, and we started playing like children. I love that. It's our perspective, right?
Yeah.
We can look at it like, oh my God, I have to go back out there where people are, or we can say, wow, let me go experience this and see what's out there. I love that. Thank you, Jill, for that comment.
Was great. And Diane Deagle said, yes, it is hard not doing, also hard getting back. But I'm sure we're going to be all right. And good point, Diane, because it is an adjustment again. We had to adjust to the shock of going into quarantine. Now we get to adjust coming out of it. So it's just another stage of the process. And, it might feel a little weird at first, or there's concerns. But as Teri said, let's be kind. And I love Rick said this too. He said, he goes, What did he say? It was something about it only
Something,
takes a moment to
take
be
a
kind.
second to be kind.
Yes, yes. Sorry,
Absolutely.
guys.
That's all right. And can we say goodbye to Stacy? She's running out.
Bye, Stacy.
She's going to walk a nature trail. I love that, Stacy. Enjoy that fresh air.
Okay, and Robert said he shared a kilometric post on the group with the subject discussed yesterday. Oh, and yesterday wasn't it bucket list yesterday? Or was that the
Um,
day before? What was this?
yeah, yesterday we talked about a lot of things.
Oh, no, we talked about long distance healing
Long
and doing
distance
a
healing.
2 minutes
We
long
did that.
distance.
So
And
thank you. Thank you,
yeah,
Rob.
thank you, Robert. I'll check that out. And I want to thank everybody again because, as I said at the end, you can teach an old dog new tricks. And I've had a lot of time to think about it. And I'm actually so excited now because I was locked in a belief system. And so yesterday's conversation really allowed me to step out of that belief system and to look at things differently. And that actually will change my life. It
Yeah,
will give me another stream of income if I need it and all kinds of stuff. So that conversation was a game changer for me yesterday. And I am so grateful to each and every one of you who contributed to that. So thank you
absolutely.
very
And
much.
Jeryl, that's what your journey over the last couple of months has been leading you to, is to be more open, to throw out some old belief patterns and old paradigms.
Yeah,
So this is
absolutely.
just staying right in line with what's been
Just
opening
yeah,
up for you. Yeah, I
yeah.
love it. I absolutely love that. And
This is
I
this
was
has
going to say
been
hi to Lillian.
oh yeah. Hi Lily. Yeah, I did earlier. So yes, thank you. Lillian says, I feel no energy today and I feel like crying. Must be the energies. I'm not worried anymore of the virus. I'm calm about that. Good to see you are safe home, my son.
Thank
So
you, Lily.
S-U-N.
Yeah, I'm her son and she's my star. She's the star of Norway. I love it.
Yeah. Thank you,
And
Robert.
Edda asked how my sister and my brother are doing. My older sister, Loretta, had taken a little journey to visit some of my family, and she came home and she has shingles, and it's very painful, so she's not doing real well. And my brother has surgery June the 4th. He'll have the surgery. I was hoping he would come on with me and Sheila last night. Did any of you catch the show, Robert Painley?
Yeah, I
Had
caught the end of it.
he had me and my sister, my baby sister Sheila was on with me, and we were talking about the ghost in the house. And she has a ghost in her house currently. And so after the show, we were talking about maybe going up there so Robert can feel into that energy, because I've done everything I can. I mean, I'm pretty good at clearing energy out of homes, but this one is kind of persistent, and it's been there since before she moved in. Her husband built the house, and it was
Wow.
already there when my sister moved into the house, and
Okay.
it's kind of decided that's where it's going to be. It's not going anywhere. So we'll see
Carrie,
if we take that trip to the mountains.
yeah, that'd be awesome. Carrie Butcher needs a hug. She's gone back after not working and everything and being out in the woods and in nature. She's had to go back to her cubicle, and it's really been a difficult transition for her. So please send hugs to Carrie.
Yeah.
I know that she really needs them. And do you see Julie's comment? Would you like to read that,
About
Terry?
the dream.
Yeah.
Last night had a dream, was trying to watch a movie but could not get to finish the end of the movie. So funny. Wonder how it ended. Too much pizza last night made for funny dreams. The food does affect us while we sleep, especially if you eat after a certain point and your body is still trying to process that food. So I know both Gerald and I cut off that end point of where we're going to put any food in our body. We still have water, after
Mhm.
that, but it's true that the more you let your body rest, and while it's supposed to be resting, then you're going to have a more restful sleep. And it's not to say you're not going to have dreams, but the food that you eat, the nutrition you put in your body, how late you eat before you lay down to rest, that all affects you. It really does. So That's something I've paid close attention to, and I know that I don't eat late at night, and I used to. I was notorious at eating popcorn with a movie at 11 o'clock at night. So I have stopped all of that. I've changed that habit, and it makes a difference.
It really does. I was a nighttime eater. That was my thing. I could go all day long and not eat and not be hungry, but at night I would, as soon as I sat down at night, I was eating. So I intermittent fast. I don't eat after 7. I don't eat before 11 a.m. Number one, it is really great, even in, especially in these times, because what the body does, it goes into a state of autography, and that literally means body eat thyself. And so it eats the disease, it eats the disease cells and gets rid of the disease cells in the body. And they say people who intermittent fast are at less risk to get the virus, because it's going around like a Hoover and like a little Pac-Man. I just vision it as a Pac-Man going through and eating the bad cells. But it does impact your sleep, and it really it changes the dream state quite a bit. So I recommend it. We got so many comments here. Oh, I
I
can't wait.
know. I love you all this
Yeah,
morning.
good morning. And Gabby,
Thank you for being so interactive with us.
yes, yes.
Oh,
Oh,
and Diane, we were talking about the show last night. Diane says, I watched the show and it sure brought lots of memories up for me. And I know we had a little conversation afterward, Diane. I enjoyed that conversation. And yeah, especially about the childhood home, and when there were things that happened that you just maybe were frightened of, but didn't have anybody to talk to. That's what we brought up. The point that Robert and I talked about on the show is, being able to find somebody to talk to so you can feel safe. Because if you're being scared at night, you're not feeling safe. And then that's going to affect you throughout your life. It's that sense of safety and security. So
yes.
thank you, Diane, for being there and for talking to me after the show about things.
And Carol Allen says, me too. I had completely forgotten about the spirit I encountered while going through a house a friend was looking at buying.
Yeah,
And good morning, Sally De La Rosa. Good morning. Good morning.
Sally.
I can't wait to talk to you. She really, I want to thank you again for your input into, we were talking about yesterday's conversation. Everything shifted in my world after that. And I am so grateful to each and every one of you that contributed, because it helped me to step out of an old belief system. And it's a new day. And so thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so grateful. And good morning, Tony. Mwah.
Terry, honey.
And Angie Taylor asks, we got a lot more back questions, but she does ask to lift up her 14-year-old boy, Brandon, who has been struggling going to school. Not just in this time has been a struggle. I just finished a clearing on him. I felt he needed this. And yep, all his chakras needed clearing, and feel there was an unwanted energy or entity possibly removed. Absolutely, Angie. We got to protect our kids, you know. Uh, and did you see up here Diane Deagle? She had a question. And Teri, you might be able to address this. She says, can anyone explain why I cry so much? I am not depressed, but have always been a crier.
Hmm. Yeah, I've been that way my whole life. I've been emotional, and we can become aware of things, and if we're not happy or comfortable being that way, we can do some things that we know would help, like EFT. That would be perfect, and really strengthen that. But crying is not a bad thing. It's release of energy. So when you look at it like that, but I understand, because I used to be like that also. I used to cry at the drop of a hat. Now it's like, I cry when I get very emotional about something, or if something's affecting me deeply, in my heart, when somebody's going through something. I'm very much an empath. But if there's anything that you do, any action or reaction, you can always help that with knowing. Knowledge is power. If you know that that's something that you're not comfortable with, I mean, if you're okay with crying all the time, then who cares
Okay.
what anybody else says. The thing is that we are self-conscious about things in ourselves. So those things that we're self-conscious about, if you want to try to make an improvement on that, as you would see it to be an improvement, then there's things that you can do. And EFT is one of the fastest ways that you can turn anything around. So that's why I brought that up. And I know, Geraldine, you teach that and you're very good at that. So is John Fiore.
Yeah.
There's many people that can help guide that, or you can I love Brad Yates.
Oh yeah, YouTube has lots.
Yeah,
Brad Yates,
he's
Margaret
just one
Lynch.
I love. Yeah,
Yeah,
Brad is very patient, and
yes,
he doesn't assume that you just know everything
right.
about it. And I have to tell you, when I first encountered EFT, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what they were doing, right? I just knew, okay, they were saying do this and I'm doing this, and I got nothing from it. But Brad explains it, and that's when I understood what it was. And you're working with the meridians in your body, and it's
Right.
kind of like acupuncture but without the needle.
It's actually acupressure. It's
Yeah, it's
acupressure because it's on the
acupressure,
meridian
and it
lines.
does make a difference, and it does change you. So that would be my suggestion. If it's something that you're self-conscious about and you're uncomfortable being that way, then look at what's out there that could help with it.
What it does is it changes the neural pathways in the brain. Initially, they had no idea why it worked. It was just anecdotal evidence that it worked. And so once the PET scans and CAT scans came along, they would introduce a stimulus and then and take a picture of that, and then they would start the tapping. And what they saw is that it literally changed because when you have an experience, whenever the brain re-experiences anything similar, it locks right into that neural pathway and the response. So it changes the neural pathway in the brain, and it suppresses the release of cortisol and adrenaline in the body. And so that's where our belly fat comes from, by the way, is the cortisol being encapsulating fat and going to the belly. So when you do EFT, guess what the great side benefit is? You lose weight. I did an EFT 10-day workshop. I lost 14 pounds and my belly went down. So there are a lot of things. I just wanted to bring that up because there are a lot of great benefits to EFT.
Yeah, and Julie Q says love tapping helps so much with pain,
Yes,
which it
yes,
does. It does.
everything.
And I know that Brad has some specifically for that.
Yep,
Brad Yates on YouTube, he has some tapping that he leads you through to release pain.
yes.
So I saw some comments like from Lily Ann, who's had stomach pains, and other
Oh,
people
yeah.
that are experiencing pains. So try it. I mean, you know what? If you try it one time and it doesn't, or a couple times and it doesn't work, then you've tried it. But
If
at
it
least
doesn't
you've made
work,
the effort.
let me say this. If it doesn't work for you, please contact me because I will it works. It works all the time. It when it doesn't work, it's because maybe there's another layer of the issue you need to go at. So if it doesn't work for you, please get a hold of me. I'm not going to charge you anything. I will work you through it to where you get results, because if you keep going with it, you will get results. So please do contact me. I love EFT. That's why I became a life coach, because I wanted to be an EFT practitioner and teacher, and I ended up going all the way, so to speak. So yeah, do it's really really good. There are so many comments here.
Yeah, Sherry asked what his name was, so I just typed it in, Brad Yates on
Yeah,
YouTube. And also I
absolutely.
typed in that it is prayer request time,
Yeah.
8:08. So if you want to type in any prayer requests, we can lift those up when we do our prayer time. Um, and yeah, I love all the comments today. You all are just amazing. I love that
Yeah.
there's such an interesting discussion about all of these things that have come up.
Yeah, and we've done tapping. We do tapping in our issues group in Angelic River Family. I have a group every Friday, and Diana Beiersdorfer assists me in that group, and we do tapping every week in that group. So to kind of get through our issues. So yeah, I love it. I've been teaching it for years, and I absolutely love tapping. Uh,
Um,
Diane Deagle, they used to do acupuncture, but their health system cut it out. But Yeah, it's amazing. All the modalities I do, even, everything I do has Chinese medicine. I've had to learn more about that in the meridian system than anything else. So, Lily, give me a holler, private message me, and I'll work with you on that. There's something there we need to get to that's not a direct route. So, Tony asked that we pray for her cousin Billy T. Hospice is involved. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Oh, and Sally asked for prayers for her live guided meditation to go well tonight, please. Yes.
Absolutely. Sally, what time are you doing that guided meditation tonight, honey? Just let us know. And Sally, since you're doing guided meditations, it's so interesting because I was thinking this morning of who to reach out to lead some of our guided meditations on Enlightened World. We do one every day. Every day we have a live guided meditation. Today it's going to be me at 11 o'clock this morning, but we need practitioners who can come in and lead them at 5:30. Okay. We need practitioners that are willing to come in and just lead a guided meditation for us, about 20 minutes or so. So Sally, if you would, she says, I would love to do it. Awesome. So Sally, we'll talk after the show and schedule you for that. We do it over Zoom. You have somebody there with you to introduce you. And then at the end, you can give your contact information. So Sally, I'm so excited. Yay.
And Catherine said she fell yesterday and is hurting all over. If we could pray for her.
Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. Yes, we definitely will. And Wendy Willis, my 2-year-old nephew, is doing better with his treatments for cancer. Thank you for your prayers. Okay. Prayers for Mary Shiflett. That's from Carol Allen. She may have gallbladder issues.
Oh, and let's say prayers for our very own Wendy Roberts. Yeah. She's also having quite a few issues with her gallbladder.
Prayers for Lilianne's family in Sweden, for her sick mother, and for herself, and for everyone here. Thank you, Lily.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and I'll watch it tonight, Sally.
Yeah, and Jasmine, may I please request prayers for my health? So absolutely, Jasmine.
Yes. Let's see.
Okay, any other prayer requests? Go ahead and type them in there. Edda, pray for my brother Neil Jeryl. For Neil is good health and happiness. Neil is my maternal Aunt Nina's son.
Okay, absolutely.
You made Lilianne cry.
Aww. Sally's like, come meditate with me. Absolutely, Sally.
And Angie.
Oh, I won't be able to, Sally, because I'm on tonight at 5 o'clock. I just forgot. It's the first time I'm doing it. I'm on Divine Relationships with
Deb Goldberg.
Yeah, so I'll have to, tonight. Yeah, I'll have to catch you on the replay. I was thinking there was something going on tonight. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm going to be on that. So.
Yeah, today at 5 we have Deb Goldberg who comes on every week at 5 o'clock, and she does Divine Relationship Recovery, which is an amazing show.
Oh, Sally, and hers is live from the center, their new center. So I'll catch it on replay. I promise. Yeah, that'll be great. Yeah.
And Catherine said she slipped in her garage getting stuff out of the car. It's okay. She's just achy.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Angie, I saw that for your best friend who has bad back and needing surgery soon.
Oh, and Prashir says, kindly say a prayer for Prachetta to be strong, and also for my daughters, Annika and Vanya, to grow up to be good humans. Oh, absolutely.
That. Yes, we will.
Yeah.
And yeah, Karen Plummer, Divine Relationship Recovery is, Deb is wonderful. She used to be a therapist, So she has a lot of knowledge and experience at helping people with relationships. But this is also, it draws in the divine relationship, your relationship with yourself, with your creator, with angels and guides. And it's just an amazing show if you all get to catch that.
And tonight's subject is letting go with ease and grace.
Yes, that's a great subject.
And Sherry Gatewood asked prayers for the finalization of repairs to complete the sale of her home. Thank you. Yeah, we will. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. That's lovely.
Yeah, we've got such a beautiful group with us today. Thank you
Yes, we
all.
do. Thank you all so much.
Is there a way to get a reminder pop up
And
just on your phone?
Sharon
What
Boyd,
I have to do, yeah, I set my alarm to go off at a certain time so I don't forget.
Sharon Boyle asked when the issues group is. It's on Friday. It's Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern time. It's a free workshop group. It's really morphed into this beautiful support group. We started with those who were dealing with some I don't know. I hate that word addictions, but it, things that we wanted to release and let go of that maybe weren't serving our highest good. And we do tapping, we do a lot of different techniques. Diana does guided meditations. We work with our inner child. We just kind of fly by the seat of our pants. And last Friday, we just sat and talked and just shared our stories and just let each other know that we're there for each other and we'll support each other. So anyone that has any interest in that, please private message me in Facebook. I'm Jeryl Peterson Heatherdale. Friend me, and I'll put you in our messenger group, and you'll get the Zoom link. It is private. It does not go out over. It's completely private. Sherry Gatewood, just private. I will, in fact, I'll write it down, Sherry. I'll put you in the group and send that to you. So you
Okay,
can.
Sally is leaving us, so she's on the move early today.
Okay, bye,
Bye,
Sally.
Sally. Love you so much, honey, and thank you for being with us this morning.
Have a great day, hon.
And speaking of workshops, there is a free workshop on Sunday at 1 o'clock Eastern time. And I'll be teaching about the angels and guides, spirit guides, and how you can get closer to them, how you can connect and have a stronger connection with your angels and guides. I'm doing 4 workshops in a row. This will be the second one. And I sent in all of the information yesterday to the gals at Enlightened World Network that do all the behind the scenes stuff. So they're creating a landing page. When you sign up, you'll get a link to go there to get your handouts. There's 3 handouts that I developed, and I think you'll like those. And for any of you that were in the last one that I did, there was a lot of people there. Some of you mentioned that you couldn't download your handouts. Just let me know if that's still the case, and I'll make sure that you get the things that were offered in the last one. Oh, Karen Plummer, I'm glad you're going to be with me on Sunday. Yes, I loved doing that chakra workshop. That was so amazing, all the information that came through in that one. Okay, well, we don't have any other prayer requests. We can go ahead and start. And Wendy Willis, you're going to be there also. Thank you, honey. Yeah, I've got quite a few people signed up already.
Yeah.
So there's still time to sign up for that one. It is a free workshop. So come on in, sign up, and be with us on Sunday. This one will be a little more interactive than the chakra one, and you're going to be doing some exercises for your connection, so you can get a stronger connection with your angels and with your spirit guides.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
I've been working on it, and it's going to be really a beautiful workshop. So I hope that you can do that. And Julie, prayers for a safe space lift off today. I don't watch the news, so I'm not sure what they're lifting off. But
They're
we
actually
will.
doing a manned liftoff again for the
Oh,
first time in a long time. So I don't know if they're going out of Cape Canaveral. I'm assuming maybe that's where they're going. They usually do out of Cape
yeah.
Canaveral. And the weather has not been cooperative. So that's kind of a 50-50 shot, I think, as to whether that's going to come off or not. So,
Okay, I didn't know anything about that. So thank you for
yeah,
bringing it up.
I saw
And
that.
Gabby, prayer for Jeff, trouble with his bowels. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we will do that.
Oh, Prachir, I will message you about that, Prachir, because I know that you and your sister were in the last one. I'd love to have you back again for the angel one. Yeah, I'll get you that information. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin our meditation and prayer. And again, I'll be meditating at 11 this morning and doing a guided meditation for about 20 minutes if you all want to come into that one as well. And Julie said, yes, it was at
Okay.
the, will be at the Cape.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's hope the weather clears out for him. I'll pray for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And Scarlett wants to put the stray cat that comes daily to get food. He has an injured front paw. Oh, yes, all of
Okay.
our animals, and especially Angel and Brookie, want
Yeah.
them up. And and Kevin Morris just came to mind. Let's put him in our circle today. He's been sick. So just start to bring in your breath to your lungs, really deeply in your lungs. And as you do that, feel your body start to relax. Feel your mind start to come into focus with your heart, focusing on the heartbeat itself, listening to that. And then relax that breath out. When you relax it out, your body will start to relax as well. And let's take another deep breath in and add in some gratitude, being grateful for every breath we take, grateful for this earth that we're on, this beautiful planet, grateful for the people that we come to every day to lift us up. We lift each other, we care for each other. This is a very loving group, and love is the energy that heals. So we're bringing in healing energy right now into our hearts. As you breathe in that next breath, feel that. Feel that warmth. Feel that kindness, that compassion. No criticism or judgment of anyone that's here, just loving everybody that comes in, accepting everyone. Go into that feeling of acceptance. If any thoughts come through, thoughts of your day, things you have to do, places you have to go, just welcome them in. Welcome them to come through and to float on by. See them in a little bubble going off. You'll get to that later. Right now, it's you time. It's time for self love and self care. And that's exactly what we're all doing. We're breathing into our heart love. And we have to fill up our own cup of love first so we have some to give out to others. So breathe in again. Really fill your heart center with love. Feel that warmth like the sunshine coming in and shining on you. Just take all of that in. Take in the sounds of nature. I hear the beautiful ospreys singing their song. And then breathe out anything that's not serving you. Any low vibration energy that you want to let go of today, whether it's pain, sadness. I feel into that energy so many that are in that energy of sadness, and some that don't even know why. It's just there. It's sometimes overwhelming when it comes into our heart center. So let's heal that. Let's bring in the love. Kuan Yin says love is what heals, and I feel the energy of Kuan Yin with all of us right now. That ascended master that is so full of compassion, allow her to come into your heart center right now, to come in and touch whatever it is, going deeper down into that emotion, down to where that memory imprint was triggered into something that turned into a sadness, something that moved you to tears. Let her go in there and pour in love, because love is what heals. And she will do that for you. She'll fill your heart so full of love that it'll be overflowing, and maybe it will flow out of your eyes, and that's okay. When you cry, that's a release of energy. So allow that release to come in and wash over you. And as she's doing that, just envision that you have walked into this big pool of water that's so refreshing and so cleansing. And let your tears go in there. Let it go into the pool of water to be healing, as all that energy comes over your entire body, just to heal you of any place inside that's low vibration, any place that has felt a trigger where something has come up for you, something that you would like to let go of. Just let it go. And now I feel more divine mother energy coming through. I feel Mother Mary right there with us, holding us like a child, letting us know that we are loved. So feel into your abdomen, into your solar plexus, and say, I am loved. I am loved. I am worthy to receive this love. Really feel your personal power today. Let it make you stronger. And let's ask Archangel Uriel to come in to ground us, grounding us into our beautiful earth energy. And if there's a stone that calls to you to help you feel stronger, grab onto that stone. I'm looking at a beautiful rose quartz, and I feel that pink that's coming from it, that pink love, opening up your heart to more love, receiving love and giving love. And let's just stay in that energy right now, that energy of love. Such warmth that's coming in. And now as we feel that warmth, let's look at the prayer requests that were lifted up, and let's shine our light on them and put that pink glow right into that light that we're putting over the prayer requests, loving them all, asking our Creator God to take those requests and for them to be handled in the very best possible way for each person, whatever is needed in their life, to just answer these requests for their best and highest good. And feel that feeling of compassion as you're handing these prayer requests over to God. Compassion for each and every one that's going through something, some struggle, some fire of life. Let's ask for that to be done with ease and grace. Let's lift up every inhabitant on earth right now. We're all going through this experience together, this time that we've been in isolation and now we're starting to reintegrate. Let's ask that that be done with ease and grace and with the best possible experience we can have. And let's give gratitude. Thank you, God. Thank you for seeing us, for really seeing us, for listening to our prayers, listening to our hearts. Thank you for love, for that energy that is really the only energy that exists in spirit. Let's feel into that unconditional love that comes from our Creator right now. Putting a smile on your face. Maybe that feeling is so overwhelming that there's still tears coming from your eyes. You filled your heart so full that it has to overflow, and that's okay. That's great. Let's allow more acceptance of who we are and how we are. It's what makes us unique. So accept yourself, love yourself, give yourself a hug, a warm hug, and that's coming from God. And now let's share some of this love with our entire group, starting with one person. We're going to turn to them and we're going to say those words, I love you, and really feel that unconditional love in your heart as you do so. So turning to the person on your left, say those words, I love you. I
I
love,
love you.
and then feel it when it comes back to you. Let it hit you right in that heart center. It feels so good. It feels so warm and so happy inside of you. Your inner child is just dancing with all that love coming in there. So hold that, hold it for a minute. Wow, that feels good.
Yummy.
And now we're going to give it to the whole group, and we're going to envision this group in a circle, and we're sending that love out to each and every one, seeing us all connected in the oneness of all that is. We're going to give some gratitude first. We're going to say the words thank you, and then let's say a big I love you to the whole group on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
I
I
love
love
you.
you. Mwah.
Give yourself a hand. Great job. Great work this morning. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
What an awesome morning.
It has been a very awesome morning. And
Ah,
thank you so much for your interaction this morning,
yeah.
for all the prayers and all the love that you sent. Thank you for lifting me up. Thank you for lifting Jeryl Ann and the babies up.
Absolutely. And good morning, Alyssa. And thank you. That was a beautiful meditation healing session, Teri. Thank you so much. I needed that this morning and felt really good. Felt really good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're
So,
going to get
yeah.
off of here, and 9 o'clock is Mira Rubin at Enlightened World Network, and then 9:30 is our own Diane Allison Byers-Dorfer on EWN Enlightened Living, and
Right.
then at 11 o'clock I will be on to do a meditation on Enlightened World, and then don't forget tonight at 5 o'clock Jeryl Ann will be on with Deb Goldberg
Yeah.
for divine relationship recovery. And those of you who want to support Sally, she'll be on at the same time.
Absolutely.
Well,
At
she'll be at
5:30.
4:30,
He's at
doing a
5:30. So yeah.
meditation live from their new place.
Yeah.
So
Catch
you
us
have
for a few and
lots of
then go over.
options today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you can split your time up at 5. That's okay. So
yeah.
catch
But
us for a little bit and go over or catch replays. That's the beauty of this, isn't it, Teri?
well, we have choices, and that's our
Yeah.
superpower. We can
Yes.
decide how we
Yes.
spend our time. And Wendy, I see you, darling. You're so welcome.
Oh,
5
thank
o'clock
you.
Eastern time, Karen
Yeah.
Plummer.
Yeah.
These times that I give, they're all Eastern time, and I apologize. I know we're in different places around the world, but that's the time that we give out at Enlightened World when we do schedules, and then you can adjust to what your time zone
And
is.
Tony, if you're still there, is Sally at 5:30 Eastern? If you would confirm that for us too as well. So, and Carol made the comment, thanks for being in my life. She's so grateful. You know, we are so grateful for all of you in our lives. This morning session, coffee and conversation, sets my day up. It is, You guys are like the most important relationship in my life, other than my husband and my fur babies, and that y'all are my soul family. And our soul families are just so amazing and so healing and loving. So
Yeah.
you give me
Nancy
so
Hope.
much.
Hi,
Yeah.
Hope. I didn't see you
Hope.
earlier. You're so welcome. And Sherry Hines.
Hi, Sherry. And I'll see you tonight, Sherry. Absolutely. I'll be there. So I get to go see Sherry's new backyard and all her lights and everything she's
Awesome.
done tonight. So I'm so
Oh,
excited.
that's so cool. All right, ladies and gents, we are out of here. I love you so
Have
much. Have a
a great
blessed
day.
rest of your day,
Yep.
and we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye,
Oh, where's
everybody.
Deirdre? Where's our Deirdre? I don't see her.
Oh,
But we will
oh,
speak for her. Namaste,
namaste,
y'all.
y'all.
Bye.